centripetal force? The force that turns the objects continuously, right? But what is it exactly? Is it some new kind of force, or is it some different forces with the same name? What is the exact nature of centripetal force? In our previous video, we used the example of a ball attached to a spring whirling around in a circular path. There is centripetal force that causes the ball to rotate in a circular path, but what is this centripetal force? Take an analogy first. Let's say Tom exerts force on a box from left side and Mike exerts force from the right side. Both forces are equal to each other. That's why the box doesn't move. If I ask you what is stopping Tom's force to move the box, you are like the opposite force. Yeah, I know, but what is that opposite force? It is Mike's force, and that is a more precise answer. The opposite force is Mike's force. Similarly, if I ask you what is causing the ball to rotate, centripetal force, of course, but what is that actual force? Tension in the string. Yes, that's right. The tension in the string is the centripetal force in this case. You are like, oh, tension plus centripetal force. Nay. Just like opposite force was Mike's force, here the centripetal force is tension force in the string. Let me explain further. Consider the orbital motion of the Earth around the Sun or Moon around the Earth. They all have been held by the gravitational force causing these heavenly bodies to orbit around. Pause the video right now and try to answer. What is the centripetal force in this case? Assuming that you gave it a try, let me answer it for you. The centripetal force in this case is the gravitational force. Centripetal force is not a new kind of force, just the same name assigned to different forces. Still confused? Don't worry. Let's take a look at one last example. You would have surely watched Formula 1 car racing, where cars go around in a circular path more like elliptical path. So how do cars take a turn? There are no strings to turn them nor any gravitational force in this direction. These cars take turn because of the frictional force between the tires and the road. The centripetal force in this case is the frictional force. If it were icy or oily surface or the tires were gripless, then there would be high chances of accident and skidding. This is the concept of centripetal force. Most people misunderstand it as if centripetal force is some new kind of force. But in reality, it isn't. It's just a new name assigned to the already present different forces. It may be frictional, gravitational, tensional force, or any other type of force. Think of any other example of centripetal force. The hint is that the answer is in one of our videos on magnetic force. I hope you got the understanding of the nature of centripetal force. In the next video, we are going to get to know about the real nature of centrifugal force and whether it is real or fictitious. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more such short and crisp educational videos. And also find us on social media platforms @Smartitude Official.